This is Umar Ahmed for IFL TV in association with MTK Global. Delighted to be joined by legend of the game, Bernard Hopkins. We're here for Canelo Kovalev. We're 2 days away from fight night. Break the fight down for me, Bernard.
Well, there are two guys that are experienced in boxing, and I look at the fight as being a back and forth fight, not a back and forth in a slugging aspect, but a back and forth positioning, trying to get the advantage early in the fight, where Sergey normally try to fight from a distance so he can use his reach to his advantage. Canelo's going to have to work his way in somehow and not get hit with a lot of big punches early.
There's this rhetoric around this fight about body shots, body shots, body shots. Do you think that's correct? Do you think they're going to be as pertinent as people are saying?
Well, I think it would have been more effective if it wasn't broadcasted so much every day. I think that eventually the body shot will be effective, but it won't happen right away because Sergey also is aware of what people are saying, and we both know that he suffered from Andre Ward when it came to a body attack. So he's going to be aware of that, but it won't be given to him easily. If it plays to a point where Canelo will be effective, it has to be like a mental breakdown early for Kovalev not to respond. So he's going to have to actually get those opportunities. Surprise. He has to surprise Kovalev.
And in terms of Sergey's point of view, we've heard about his size, his jab. You shared the ring with him. What else do you see as a key attribute for him going into Saturday night?
For him, it will be being at a distance where he's comfortable, control the pace, and beat Sergey Kovalev. That's the one I fought and I know. And to me, if you even look at one of the two Andre Ward fights, he haven't fell off in talent or his power in the last couple of years. So he's always dangerous. And you know what? This is a Canelo fight. This is a big fight. Trust me, he's excited, and he's probably going to be better than we've seen him in a long time.
You fought at many weight classes. Do you think Canelo can go up? He's talked about from light heavy. He's talked about cruiserweight this week. Some people even suggesting he could face Andy Ruiz in all Mexican clash at heavyweight. I mean, do you think this is the limit for Canelo at 75?
I just want to see if he can bite off 175 and see how he looks at 175. I don't. Was he talking a video game going up playing, or was he talking literally?
I don't know whether it's tongue in cheek, but the word cruiserweight was mentioned this week by Canelo.
Let's just take this 75. I want to take this conversation about 175 light heavyweight division, which is credible in the history of boxing. Then talk about something outside of that, because first we got to see how he looks at 175, and then we can go ahead and we can have a conversation about the fantasy fights with anybody else from cruiserweight and possibly heavyweight.
Anyways, on to you, Bernard. You made some comments recently. Did that video that went kind of viral about Roy Jones Jr. Is that going to happen?
I want more. Listen, it's a rubber match. We 1-1. I don't want to. Listen, I don't want to get my revenge in a nursing home where me and him both sitting there with our canes, about 80, 90 maybe years old, and we sitting there fighting, making a fool of ourselves. So if we're going to do it, we might as well have this rubber match now. And I did put the video out that went viral, went everywhere. And let me tell you something. If there's any chance that I will come back for the history of a rubber match and breaking the tie between me and Roy, it will be that.
Has there been
but it has to be serious. Like this ain't a sideshow or something to a spectacle. It must be, from my standards, a serious settle the score rubber match.
I think there were some rumors going around that the Middle East have approached you or Roy for that fight. Is that correct?
Correct.
Okay. Is that where you ideally like?
In Russia.
And Russia.
Yeah.
So it's more likely to go to the Middle East or Russia rather than in America?
I don't know. I really don't, but they the ones are talking now. So they the ones are are excited about the conversation. But let's see how I go.
When do you think this realistically could happen? How many weeks would you need to prepare?
Well, hopefully before I get 60. So I'm 55 January 15th. So let's pray that.
Bernard,
we ain't doing this interview 3 years from now.
Bernard, just the last one. Ryan Garcia, co-main event on this card. How highly do you rate him?
I rate after this fight, November 2nd, I will have an accurate report card on what I rate him at, whether he likes it or not. I will be honest. What you did ask me what I think now, where he's at based on breaking through the minds of media, the minds of fans. I say he's 60% at the door, but this victory, if he's right about this victory that he's claiming, that he'll get this Saturday, November 2nd, on the zone, I would take that up to another notch or two until he represents another fight with a champion or a former champion. But this fight November 2nd has a lot to do with taking him up into my numbers of saying, you know what, he's ready for a world championship. This fight here is a proven fight with a puncher that he better not sleep on, or he will be sleep.
No, we look forward to a great card on Saturday night.
Good to hear from IFL all the time.
Thank you, B-Up.